Hello Eva, I made this new video to show you guys suggestions, visually, that I would like to see in the new Items UI. As you all know, the new Items UI has come out, and it can be a bit of a mess. However, I want to see the tree functionality kept, and so what I've decided to do, instead of using Eve and After Effects tricks, is to use Windows 7 itself, with a couple modifications, to give you guys an idea of the suggestions that I want to see visually. I think this would go much further in clearing up the suggestions I want to see. Now you're going to have to use your imaginations a little bit, because Windows itself has a little bit too much clutter in these item windows. So ignore the little top bar, ignore that the window has all this extra information, and just use your imaginations with me for a moment. So the first thing that's really important is that on the Neocom itself, there needs to be shortcuts for the actual item hanger and for the ship hanger individually. And these shortcuts must open new windows, because when you're in station and all you want to do is switch ships, you want to dock, see your ship hanger, switch, and undock. We don't need the tree view when that's all we need. Now on the other hand, the next most important thing is that these windows must remember their placement. So when I close these windows and then reopen them from the Neocom or dock, I want to see them in the same spot. This is very important for functionality and workflow. Now another thing I want to show is that the tree can actually be very useful. You see here in my items I have my ammo and my drones, and I can see all of my different cargo holds and inventories right from this tree. I want to be able to drag my ammo, like I already can, into my cargo hold there. I want to be able to drag my drones into my Tristan's drone bay. And then I want to be able to use that tree to quickly jump around without opening new windows to see all my different inventories to see if I'm ready to get out. This is very handy, and I want to see this functionality retained. However, these windows, the little tree UIs, must start off minimized, and I must be able to extend them when they're needed, not just have them on all the time. Search bar, of course, is a very valued feature, and I'm glad that it was added. Now, once I close this little tree UI, I want to remember if it was opened or closed for each individual window. This shouldn't be too hard, and as long as all of this is kept, I think that for the most part, in-station interfacing should be about the same as it was before, but with added functionality instead of replaced functionality. Now the next thing I decided to do is make two folders to try to approximate buttons within space. So here's a little folder named Rex, and that would be the button on your little overview. And down here would be the button for your own personal cargo bay. Now when you're in space, you don't really have multiple windows. You have your cargo bay, and you have Rex. And I think that's clear enough. So as you can see, when I use these buttons, I must open new windows without the tree view. It is completely ridiculous to have all that added functionality when it's not needed. You see here, when I click on that rec in space, it opens up a brand new rec. I can easily drag and drop this into my cargo bay, and then I can close the rec. Or of course the rec will close on its own. But let's say you like the new tree UI. This functionality can also be kept. Let's say you run up to about 10 different recs. As soon as you get within range, as long as these add into your interface here, and you can open them from there if you want, you should be given the choice to use this functionality. Drag it right over to your cargo bay, and that's it. You're done. But make sure you actually go to the next rec, which I know is fixed. But the buttons themselves outside the tree view must open new windows, just like Windows 7 does. Now imagine what would happen in Windows 7 if every time you clicked a window, it just overrode your old window. It would be a mess. And of course, now in Eve, it's also a mess. But I think players' rage is a little bit misdirected. So thank you for watching this video, and hopefully